Welcome to our class, everyone. My name is Tammy. Let's begin our class sitting on our mat, being present, being aware. We do talk about being aware and being present a lot in yoga. Being mindful of how you're feeling as we move through the poses. And with Yin Yoga, we hold the poses for longer periods of time. And then that really helps us to be able to turn inward. We turn to see how we're feeling with our physical body, our mental state, emotions, all the things that are running through our mind constantly, emotions, that busyness that we feel. So coming back to ourselves. You may sit in easy pose with your legs crossed. You can sit on a chair, or you can have your hips higher than the knees as we hold our first pose. Having your hips higher than the knees helps it to release your back, helps to take pressure off of the hamstrings if you find that they're really tight. Closing your eyes and turning inward to yourself. We turn inward to ourselves and we do a head to toe check. Right away, you may notice different areas of your body that are quite tight, or you may notice a busy mind. Let's breathe. Breathing in through the nose and out through your mouth to help release adrenaline. Breathing in through the nose. Breathing out through the mouth to release that adrenaline. And we let go. One more time. Now the Ujjayi breath, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. A long, slow, steady breath. Bringing your breath, your inhale breath, into the back of your throat. Coming back, we open up our eyes. We smile. Coming over to the side of our body and then rolling over to your back. Draw the knees in towards the chest for cradle. And we hold. Feel your body soften. With your breath, we inhale. And we exhale. Your exhale breath being longer than the inhale breath. Our Yin Yoga class will be for the overall body. It is a holistic approach to wellness, letting yourself be. Drawing the knees in towards our chest is a really nice compression onto our, our organs, helping to massage our internal organs. Here, our butt back softens, our pelvis softens into the earth. Let the earth absorb your body, taking with it everything that does not serve you. Coming out of cradle, we take our right foot down, flat down towards the ground, left foot down towards the ground, both feet flat. Our next pose is the banana pose, extending your right leg on the ground straight, extend your left leg on the ground straight. Walk your legs over to the left corner of your mat. Notice any areas of tightness. Then we walk our upper body over to the left corner of our mat. And now we feel the opening coming through the right side of our body. Now this could be different, of course, for all of us, depending on how your day went, depending on how your week went too. Your arms may come up overhead. Your arms could be wide so that your elbows are on the ground. Or you may take your hands together, hold onto your hands or opposite elbows, noticing if they're resting on the ground or not. You may also cross your right ankle over top of the left ankle. If your right hip is really rolling over and popping up, so rolling over to the left side, you may come out of this banana shape a little bit to help keep the right hip down. Our final part of this pose is closing your eyes. We close our eyes and we breathe to feel this lovely opening into the side of our body. All along the side of our leg for your IT band and into the upper body, past our hips, into the rib cage, into your armpits. Turn your attention to your breath. Continue to hold this pose with your eyes closed. Another minute in our banana shape. Slowly making your way out of Bananasana by uncrossing your ankles, releasing the arms, and taking your upper body back towards the center. The lower body, walking it back to the center. And here we walk our legs over to the right side and walking our upper body over to the right side. Arms may come overhead again. You may hold on to your hands or the opposite elbows. You may cross your ankles, left over top the right. Going to the other side, notice if you are elongating, so stretching out through our waist on both sides. If you notice that you're squishing a little bit into the right side of the waist, coming out of your banana shape a little bit, readjusting. Find that length and then stillness. Turn your attention to your breath again. Slowly coming out of Banana Asana. We probably could have held this pose for longer. It's so lovely. Uncrossing our ankles, releasing our arms, and our upper body coming back towards the center, and lower body coming back towards the center. Counter pose, bending through the right knee and then left knee, both feet flat down towards the floor. You can pick up your pelvis and then place it back down towards the ground and back into cradle. Right knee, left knee in towards the chest, and we hold. Let your back, let your pelvis self and just release into the ground again. Here we focus on the overall body with our Yin class to improve our flexibility, to strengthen our joints and connective tissue. Our next pose, happy baby stirrup. Turning the right knee, left knee out towards our armpits. You may hold underneath your knee pits. So place your hands underneath the knee pits and then let the legs fall out to the sides. So with the knees turned out, we hold, or you can also hold onto the right ankle, left ankle, and hold the pose this way, or onto the outside of the feet. Outside of the feet, you'll be able to come into a deeper opening, so more of an opening and deeper when you do this. And then let yourself sink into the ground with your exhale breath. Inhale, we open. Exhale, let go and release into the ground. This is a really nice pose to help open up through our groin, our inner thighs, pelvis. Banana asana was opening up into the side of our body. Now we're opening up into the inner part of our lower body. We hold for 45 more seconds. Now slowly releasing for the last 15 seconds. You may release your hands and draw the right knee and then left knee in towards the center. Nice and slow. And taking your right foot down to the ground, left foot down to the ground. Take the right arm overhead. Now we roll over to our right side and slowly make your way up. Our next pose is a deer pose. Deer pose, you have your right leg behind. So left leg in front here and right leg behind, turning towards the front of your mat. Having both feet flexed. So it's a nice foundation here for us with our feet flexed, and then we do a pelvic tilt. With the pelvic tilt, we may add a twist, twisting to our left side. Coming over to the left side, you may do a forward fold, letting the forehead come down towards the ground. You may support your forehead with your hands. With the palms, you could stack your fists on top of each other, or you can use a block and let the forehead rest. And of course, the lovely mat, the floor, the ground, letting the forehead rest. And we breathe, breathing. That long, slow, steady breath to help soothe our nervous system, to help slow our heartbeat, to help clear our mind, ease our mind. Another minute we hold. Continue to let go. Let go of your head, let go of your shoulders. Coming out of deer. So if you did add that fold to the ground, we slowly make our way up. Coming out of the twist. And coming with our right leg to the front and switching. So our right leg stays towards the front and left leg comes around and back. You add the flex with your feet and a pelvic tilt. You may hold here, add a twist. You may hold here, come into the fold two now. Folding forward, let the forehead hang down towards the ground, let it go, let the head go. And that conscious effort to let go, so conscious release, let go. And sometimes it's really nice to hear it, that somebody else has to say it, let go. Now you can say it to yourself, to let go. With deer, you feel the stretch into the front of the thigh, your hip flexors. With the folding forward, helping to release your back. And if you do fold forward here, still with this pose, it is grounding then too. Slowly coming out of the fold. We make our way up. Coming out of the twist. Our legs come forward. With your feet wider than the hips, so hands behind your bottom and feet wider than the hips, we windshield like our knees side to side. That massage into our hips. As we roll side to side, nice little movement here. Next pose, butterfly, yay. And butterfly will add a forward fold too. So have your cushions ready or your blocks ready to be placed under one under each knee. Placing both of your feet, bottom of the feet together, knees open to the side. And then supports underneath the knees. Maybe a little shift. Find yourself set up, comfortable position for yourself. You do have a choice, of course, if you want to add a fold forward, or you can be upright. You may turn your feet open like a book, fold forward or not. Your choice. Here we let our head go if you do have the fold forward. And we let it all go. With the fold forward, we elongate through the spine. So we notice that we're stretching into our lower back with the opening with our legs. We're opening into the pelvis. Now with your exhale breath, your whole body releases. "45 more seconds." Turn to your breath. Coming out of butterfly, this is slow, we make our way back up. Taking your hands behind, legs coming up, knees towards the sky, taking the feet wider. We windshield wiper knees side to side again. Windshield wiper. And back to the center. Coming to all fours. So let's put our props over to the side here. Oh, actually, keeping one of our pillows. So we'll need it for support, and it'll be going underneath the right hip because it is for swan. So first, come to all fours. If swan doesn't work for you, you can lie on your back and come into threading the needle or finger form. So in all fours, if you'd like to join me for swan, step forward with the right hand, left hand into downward facing dog. Take the right leg up to the sky, bend through the knee and turn your right knee out to the right wrist. So again, if it doesn't work for your knee, because sometimes it just doesn't, you can lie on your back and cross your right ankle over top of the left knee and then threading the needle. If you are in swan, you can add the fold forward, making sure that you have that support underneath the right hip to help. Sleeping swan, we let our forehead go down towards the ground. You may have support for your forehead. You can use your hands, a block. We're stretching into the right side of our hip here, into the glutes. With your exhale breath, consciously release. Release the whole body. Slowly coming out of swan. making your way back up. And when you make your way back up, you may come to all fours or child's pose or downward facing dog. And then to all fours. And then we'll set ourselves up so that our pillow or block is on the other side. If you are on your back for threading the needle, you may come into the other side, crossing your left ankle over the right knee. So swan, pillow on the left side, all fours, step forward the right hand, left hand into a nice big downward facing dog. Take the left leg up towards the sky, three-legged dog, bend the knee, and then draw the knee forward and turn it into the left side of your wrist. Take your pillow, block, place it underneath of your left hip for support. My right toes are down towards the ground right now to help square my hips. And then I'll add the fold forward. Let our shoulders go. If you find that it's okay to do, you may uncurl the right toes. If you find that it's a little bit, you're dropping over to one side of the hips, that nice support with your toes down too. It's always good. Let forehead come down towards the ground. It may be supported with your hands so that the forehead is resting into your hands or the mat. And now, exhaling breath, remember, is to let go. Let yourself release. Inhale breath, finding that support into the body. We breathe into the body. We open up. And exhale, letting go. Making your way out of sleeping swan. You take the right toes back down to the ground and make your way back up. If you're on your back, you can uncross your ankle from your knee and hold with knees onto your back. So coming out of sleeping swan, you can come back into downward facing dog and then all fours. Now, everybody making their way to child's pose unless it doesn't work for your knees. By having our knees forward in child's pose, we stretch more into our spine. By turning your knees out to the corners, that's more into the hips. So finding what you're going to need. So uncurling the toes into child's pose, however you like. Or you can lie on your back or to your side of your body. So with this child's pose of mine, I am going to have my forward, and then my arms on the side of my body. We make our way out of child's pose. We come back to all fours, toes down towards the ground. Little movement here, draw the hips back and then forward. Into cow and then cat. We inhale and we draw our heart up to the sky. So with the tailbone, we tip up first and then we draw our heart up to the sky and then into cat, big arch, tailbone down. Inhale to cat or cow, sorry. And exhale to cat. Inhale to cow. And back. Exhale to cat. Make your way to a neutral spine. And then coming over to the side of our body. Roll over to our back. Knees coming in towards our chest. Last time, and then bringing our legs up and over to our right side. Supine twist. It's gonna come more to my mat so you can see me. Bringing the arms in line with your shoulders. Turn your head the opposite way of your legs. We may add a little bit more of a stretch by placing our left hand onto the outside of the right knee. So a little bit more stretch into our spine, into the side of our hip. I'm going to tuck my knees into my armpit a little bit more, so bringing the knees up. That is just easier to hold on to the outside of my right knee with my left hand. Exhale, breath, let go. Yourself release. Notice if you're breathing, it's easier to do. If it feels that we're taking in more air through our nose. Turn your head back towards the center and hold. Let the legs coming up, back to center and over to the other side. And taking your knees up maybe a little bit higher, so into the armpits, a bit higher. Shoulders out, arms in line with your shoulders. Turning your head the opposite way. You may place your right hand onto the outside of the left knee. Your head rolling over to the other side. We let go. Body lets go. And with the letting go, with this opening up into our body, we might also open up emotions that we may be holding. Letting what does not serve you wash away. Breathing in what is good for you. Breathing in what makes you happy. What makes you feel calm. Gives you joy. You turn the head back towards the center. Take a moment. We bring our legs back to the center and we hold back into our cradle. Breathing into the whole body with the inhale breath and the exhale breath. Let go, let your body soften. We do a little rock side to side and nice massage for our spine. And you may also do a rocking forward and backwards. Have your hands underneath the knee pits. Holding stillness. And your legs up the wall. Bringing our legs up the wall, really great for sleep. Helping us to improve our circulation. So you may have legs up the wall when we come into our final pose, Shavasana, and you can use a wall and just let your legs rest against it. Placing now without legs up the wall, take your right foot and then left foot down towards the ground. For final pose, Shavasana. So your choice, you can be lying on your back, knees bent, or you can have your legs straight. You could have the legs up the wall. You may lie on your side, or you can come into another pose, meditation pose that would be able to help you just to be between the state of wake and sleep in Nidra. Conscious awakeness in between the sleep, awake and sleep. So finding what you would like to do, and if you find that you're a little bit chilled right now, of course, have your blanket ready. Have your socks, maybe something else you'd like to use to cover your body. Part of your body. In Shavasana, close your eyes. Our lips come together and then they part. The facial features soften, we let go. Our shoulders soften. Your body soften and melt into the earth. Feeling the support all around you. I will call you back when it is time. Slowly coming back, noticing your breath. Wiggling your toes, wiggling your fingers. You do a shift through the body. If you're lying on your back, you bend through the right knee, left knee. You may take your arm above your head and roll over to your right side to fetal. And then slowly take a moment and then slowly come up to seated, finding the pose that will serve you. You may have your legs crossed in front or sitting on a chair. You sit on a block. And we place our hands to our heart center. Thank you so much for joining me and sharing your practice. Taking with us this overall feeling of calm as we move through the rest of our week. Namaste.